Blessed to still, step out, dressed to kill, spark the L. What up, Kim? What the deal? Clock the skrill, the MC overkill, certified seller does 35 mil, jumping out planes. Kim's the name, cop the frame, back to relieve the pain. Hater, extrafo, don't piss capo, hit the safe in case should have switched the code, nigga. Sneaking pounds by custom drug hounds down to neighbor. Oh, fuck. God damn it, be fucking up. That's okay. I've spit that Red Man verse so many times. Y'all probably know the shit by now. But anyway, I just felt like saying a little something. I guess I was channeling my inner ear doctor. How about that? Welcome everybody to the Friday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is a place where we set oppression ablaze or strangled shit out of it. I don't know. I mean, we could burn it down, we could choke it out. However y'all choose to kill the oppression, I'm with it. So all methods of unaliving to the oppression are definitely welcome. I appreciate you guys making some time to join us here tonight. Now, in case you have not figured the shit out, we got a couple things going on. First and foremostly, tonight is a call-in show. So if y'all got some things you want to get off your chest, that includes my Fire Fam members, that includes friends, guests, and would-be visitors, and that includes trolls. Because I don't discourage the trolls, guys. The trolls serve a very important function. Well, maybe important is overstating it a bit, but the trolls do serve a function. So the StreamYard is about to be dropped here momentarily, so be on the lookout for that. If there's something that you want to say to me, say to the world, say to YouTube, but you can't get my channel yanked. And Will's gonna have his finger on the button ready to snatch all y'all niggas, nigga rats, in case y'all come up here making universal death threats. You know what I'm saying? We're not unaliving ourselves. We're not gonna censor ourselves out here. But anyway, so we're gonna be dropping the StreamYard link here in just a moment. This is a call-in show, but I do have some stories that piqued my interest, and they kind of run the gamut. So I am going to be talking about a few stories, but I do want to hear from y'all as well. And also because we are viewer supported, listener supported, member supported, it is time for our spring fundraiser, and we are raising some funds. And Molly, shout out to Molly. Molly's got some tiers available for people to participate, for people to contribute. We are trying to get an overall fundraising goal of $3,000 in 2 weeks. I think that's our overall goal, but we're really trying to get to $500 by Monday. And if we are able to make that tier one $500 by Monday goal, then y'all get to pick the stories, says Molly. And I agree. I have no objections, Your Honor. I'm cool with y'all because y'all are a very news literate, very informed. Y'all are more news literate and informed than I. So I appreciate all of our Fire Famers, all of our remixers as well. So anyway, we've already got some early acknowledgments on the contribution tip to say what's up to. First of all, what's up, Ebony W? Ebony W heeded the call. Ebony saw the thumbnail. I don't even know where Ebony seen it, but Ebony responded this afternoon before I said, Ebony, thank you so much for your very generous support of the channel. May I also thank our good sister Ursula Baptiste from across the pondage. Yes, Ursula sent us some shillings and we appreciate it, Ursula. We thank you so much for being one of our day oneers out here. Will has also let me know that we've got some early super chats. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you so much, Dawn Bird. Afraid not. Thank you so much to Chichi Macha. What's up? Stephanie sent a question with her super chat and said that what did you say, Stephanie? If the US gave me $5 million to kick fucking rocks, where would I go? I think I'm gonna stay in the hemisphere. Well, let me rephrase. I have a list. And this is in no particular order. We're gonna go with Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica. Let me throw Vietnam in the mix. You know what I'm saying? I feel sometimes called to East Asia. I don't know why. I feel like I might have an East Asian ancestor somewhere. Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka. I don't know. Something about that side of the world. I want to go over there. So Laos. But but I can't go, where the Euros are dominant because I'm sick of white people. Even the ones, even not no, well, let me be clear. I'm not sick of the white people that I like, and we have several of those joining us tonight. But I'm sick of the other whites. I am very tired of America and its whites. And I would imagine like going to Europe, I too would quickly grow tired of the whites. Like, God damn, let me get the fuck out of here. And I'm understanding, where am I at on the latitude, longitude? I think we are at the 39th latitudinal line. So I gotta go closer to the equator. I'm too far from the equator at the moment. So if I had $5 million and I could get closer to the equator, anywhere that's along that line. And the only reason I'm not naming Africa, because I am very much interested in Benin, since the country of Benin wants to extend some citizenship to us, the members of the diaspora. I think I want to go somewhere where I can drive. Well, not me personally driving, but driving is possible. If I got to catch a boat there, that's too many variables. Or I got to catch a plane there. It's too many variables. But I feel like driving, even though I know in the ranking order of safety and travel, I know we're driving ranks compared to sailing and flying. I still rather take my chances in a vehicle, to be honest. So I hope that answers your question, Stephanie. So the short answer is anywhere but here, and anywhere but Europe, and anywhere but Canada. Yeah. Anywhere where them people be, the dominance. Anyway, is that rude? Am I being rude? No, I'm being honest. I don't think I'm being rude. But anyway, so Will's gonna drop the link. Y'all can start queuing up if you feel like it. Some of y'all might feel like it, some of y'all don't. I know it takes my viewers sometimes takes y'all a few minutes to warm up. It takes y'all a few minutes to work up the nerve, which I don't understand, because y'all know I'm not a jerk out here. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, it's all love all day, all day. Also, I want to get into my first story actually while we're waiting for some folks to call in. So the StreamYard link has been deposited. Click it, click it, click it as you feel like it. But I do have a couple stories. So I wanted to tell you guys this story, and I've been wanting to tell this story for a couple weeks because it's been going on here locally in the DC area, more specifically in Northern Virginia, in Manassas, Virginia, Prince William County to be exact. And for those that are not familiar, Prince William County is not named after the current Prince William. It was named after some other douchebag named Prince William, a different douchebag entirely, probably in the same lineage though, no doubt. However, you guys know how I feel about stories pertaining to domestic violence and domestic abuse. And in fact, from this chair, from this platform, I have openly encouraged women, who are victims of domestic violence, unalive back, right? We shouldn't sit around and wait for the abusers and the predators to get the nerve, to work up their nerve or to get their plan together. And tragically, we have seen too many stories of women in particular, Black women in particular, having their lives taken by their partners, sometimes when there are very clear warning signs. And I think a person, your partner, your spouse, in this case, this woman's husband, made an overt threat to not only unalive her, but unalive her whole family. She took him at his word. He showed up at the house rowdy. She put a few bullets in him. And now she is facing charges as a result of her self-defense against someone that had made threats to kill her, not only her, but her whole family, right? I believe this included her parents, her children, etc. So I want us to go back, let's say about a week. So at the end of February, beginning of March, Prince William County Commonwealth attorneys had announced second-degree murder charges against LaToya Crabb, who I didn't even know was a pharmacist until I think I saw this particular story. Not that that made a difference. I just found that sort of interesting nougat of information about her, and maybe could give us some idea of maybe where her frame of mind was. I mean, anyway, but I wanted to share the story with you guys because prosecutors charged her with second-degree murder. They claimed that she killed her husband premeditatedly and decided to charge her with murder. But when it came for the trial to begin, prosecutors threw the defense a bit of a loop. And we're going to pick up the story from there. So this package that we're going to see, I believe, was dated either February 28th or March the 1st. But there's already been an update from this, and I will give that to y'all after we watch this. So go ahead, Will, run that.
The charges are dismissed, but we know this is just temporary.
That's LaToya Crabb's mother, happy to have her daughter back home after murder and firearms charges were dropped in Crabb's murder case. Crabb says she shot and killed her estranged husband in self-defense.
In the courtroom today, defense attorneys angrily accused prosecutors of withholding key information in order to keep their client behind bars. But as Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Julie Carey reports in a story you'll only see on News 4, the woman's freedom from criminal charges may not last long.
LaToya Crabb leaving the Prince William County Courthouse with her family, heading to get an electronic ankle monitor taken off, carrying paperwork showing the second-degree murder charge she faced has been dropped or null prost. The unusual chain of events started when it became clear prosecutors were not ready to go to trial on March 3rd as scheduled. Crabb's defense attorneys accusing them of acting in bad faith.
They did nothing, and all the while didn't tell us that they weren't going to proceed and let Miss Crabb, Dr. Crabb I should say, sit in that jail for 4 months with her 3 young children under the age of 5, at home with grandparents.
Crabb, a pharmacist and lieutenant commander in the U.S. Public Health Service, was arrested and jailed October 21st. She says she shot her estranged husband, Curtis Crabb, in self-defense. Her defense attorneys say Curtis came at her with a knife. She says days earlier, Curtis had sent texts threatening to kill the family. Just last week, Crabb was given bond and reunited with her children after problems with the prosecution's timetable began to emerge. Defense attorneys telling the judge that with just 2 weeks until trial, prosecutors had not provided a witness list or even sent subpoenas to get witnesses to court. Prosecutors also say they haven't received forensic lab results. Crabb's defense team says if prosecutors had disclosed that earlier, Crabb may have been released from jail earlier.
She was in there and they want her to stay in there, and that's why they didn't want to move to null. That's why they didn't want to move to continue, because they were worried she's going to get out.
But prosecutors pushing back. Commonwealth's attorney Amy Ashworth telling the judge, quote, alleging the Commonwealth did nothing is absurd. None of this has been in bad faith. She also told the judge Crabb's freedom from charges will be short-lived. On Monday, prosecutors plan to go before the grand jury and seek an elevated first-degree murder indictment against LaToya Crabb. They point to new evidence that they say shows Ring camera video was deleted shortly after the shooting. Defense attorneys say they'll be able to show Crabb did not delete the video. LaToya Crabb declining comment today. Her mother happy to have her daughter at home, but bracing for what's coming.
We're just waiting for the shoe to drop, for them to knock on the door to say they're rearresting her.
In the meantime, Crabb says she'll spend as much time as possible with her children. In Manassas, I'm Julie Carey, News 4.
So there's the story there of LaToya Crabb, who has had those second-degree murder charges against her dropped, but prosecutors followed through on their promise to charge her, and this week they did. This time, they sought a grand jury indictment, got it, for first-degree murder. And the only evidence that these cops, these prosecutors in Prince William County, the only thing they keep saying is that how they're justifying charging her with premeditated murder is because they allege that she deleted Ring camera footage from off the Ring camera app. And I'm like, but how does that establish premeditation? How does that establish that she intended beforehand to take her husband's life knowingly, right? How are you able to gauge that because you say that she deleted video? If anything, I need to see proof of that. First of all, let me start there, because can't believe the cops, can't believe the prosecutors, because why? They will lie. And as evidenced by what the defense lawyer for Dr. Crabb stated, they were ready to go to trial on March the 3rd. And the Commonwealth's attorney, state's attorney, had to drop the case because they weren't ready. Y'all didn't even have y'all evidence together. Y'all didn't have no witnesses. You didn't have no fucking forensics. Go to trial where? Yeah, they had to drop them charges because Dr. Crab was about to walk. Why? Because the prosecutor's case seems pretty shoddy. And it seems as though this upgrading of her charges from second to first degree murder is just another attempt to extend the window that the prosecutors have to try to put a case against her. But I'm like, if you were so confident that this woman in cold blood murdered her husband, then this should have been a bing bang boom. You should have went to trial with the evidence that you had. But clearly, I don't think you have any fucking evidence. So what LaToya Crabb asserts is that in October, she and her husband, Curtis, were estranged. They were in the middle of pursuing a divorce. I do believe that she had departed the marital home and moved in with her parents, if I have the details correct. And he had sent her threatening text messages saying that he was coming to kill her and everybody in the house. And from her perspective, I can only assume she assumed that he meant her children, and her mother and father, right? So, and that's the thing, guys. If someone makes a threat towards you, like a very specific threat towards you, and you know that this person has animus towards you, or you may even know this person intimately enough to know that they are capable potentially of causing great bodily harm to you and others, you have to take that person fucking seriously. Okay. It is unwise for any person, but especially women, to take men for a joke. Men that are threatening violence, men that are threatening to unalive, you better take him at his fucking word, okay? And Miss Crabb alleges that her husband came at her with a knife. Now, part of the reason why prosecutors, when I first heard this story some months ago, part of the reason why prosecutors say that they are charging her with murder, because what they say is that when the husband charged at her with a knife, she shot him, right? But she didn't just shoot him. Like she bow, 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 bow. She let off, right? And then prosecutors allege that she reloaded and shot him some more. Okay. And I remember hearing that. I said, I don't know. I don't know what this man's dimensions were. I don't know what he was doing after he ate them first few bullets. I don't know. There's a lot I don't know here. So I don't want to make too many assumptions, but I'm not just going to assume that this Black woman, who seems to be a very capable, highly educated professional, a mother, a daughter, right? She just going to kill this man, her husband, the father of her children, for what? For no reason? For insurance, to make the divorce go by quicker? I don't think so. I don't think so. Just because in the criminal justice system, Black people don't get the breaks like that, okay? And we have seen for a long time now, Black women who do utilize self-defense are often themselves criminally prosecuted. Okay. And when I saw Dr. Crabb's story, LaToya Crabb's story, I was even a little grumpy with myself for sort of withholding some immediate support, because again, when the prosecutor said that she shot and then reloaded and shot some more, I was like, well, maybe that sounds like overkill. but I don't know what the circumstances were, and I'd be interested to hear in what her defense is going to be when it is laid out in court. But I wanted to say this: if you happen to live in Prince William County, Virginia, please make sure to check your jury notices, because it is times like these that we actually need people to show up and make sure that a miscarriage of justice is not done. I don't see any valid reason why this mother should be ripped away from her children for simply trying to protect them. I don't see why women who are being threatened by their partners, threatened with violence by their partners, their only option is to what? Let him kill you? or what? Risk arrest? Yeah, I'm gonna risk that arrest. I'd rather be judged by 12 than be carried by 6, as the famous saying goes, right? And letting the man murder you so you yourself don't get put in jail, I'm sorry, is not a good enough reason to not defend yourself, especially when you have the means and methods available to you, as LaToya Crabb does or did. I'd be curious as to what she shot him with. I want to know. Was it the revolver? Was it the semi-auto? Like, what was it? Like, because she was landing them joints. You know, she was prepared. She was ready. And that's what you got to be. If anybody is making threats towards you, towards your family, you better take them for serious, because guess what? The police are not going to save you. No matter how convincing or credible you are when you go get your protective order or your emergency protective order, you may even be granted one. But a piece of paper doesn't stop someone who is hell-bent on harming you or just outright taking your life. How many times have we seen that? We've even seen that recently. People with whole ass protective orders get murdered, shot down, stabbed, just being taken away from their friends and loved ones in the most horrific ways, because they unfortunately had the misplaced trust in law enforcement, that law enforcement was going to protect them from their predator. That's not how this goes, right? So I encourage all y'all femmes, all your girls, all your women's out there, all your femi, gender non-binaries, get nice with the pistol or get nice with that knife. And here's the thing, I haven't heard anything specific as to how LaToya Crabb is not expecting support or receiving support. I want to know though, because if there's something that we can do from this platform, I don't care if it's send her $25 towards her legal defense. I want to support this Black woman and make sure that she is exonerated. I hope that this never even goes to trial. And it seems to me that there is a zeal coming from the prosecutors to want to make sure that this woman is held accountable, or I'm not clear what it is, but I feel as though when Black women in particular stand their ground and have to use lethal force, the system comes at them hard, as though we were not entitled to do that, as though we don't have the right to defend ourselves and protect our own lives. Like, that's not a right afforded to us. And for exercising that right, well, now you're going to face criminal prosecution. And I hate it here. I fucking hate it here so goddamn bad. Please loose me from this place. I do not like it here. So we're going to be keeping an eye on this. But it is a special double middle fingers to the Prince William County, Virginia Commonwealth Attorney's Office. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you charge this woman with first-degree murder when you didn't even have your shit together on second-degree murder? And you want to make an example of her for why? To send a message to other domestic violence survivors, or send messages to other women who are receiving threats from their intimate partners that what? You should call the police. Okay. For what? So why? So the police can come collect my dead body? I do not think so. I'm gonna take a break. I see some people in the QQ, or do I? I don't know. But you guys.
Yeah, you do.
Oh shit. Okay, well before we bring them on,
Yeah.
Will's got a part to play in all this. Molly gave us roles. I'm the
Just
host.
doing the job.
Will's the pitch man. You know what I'm saying? We're in the middle of our March Madness fundraiser. We appreciate everyone that's checking in. Listen, free support also welcome. You can push some buttons over this motherfucker. You can hit that thumbs up. You can hit the subscribes. You can go and hit buttons other places around the internet. BIDWKB, Facebook, Instagram, wherever the fuck. I don't know. But so we're trying to hit a specific tier. Our overall goal is $3,000 for the next 2 weeks. We're going to be doing this fundraiser, but we're trying to hit a $500 goal by Monday. And God damn it, Will, you know I can't fucking do math. So niggas sent us $170 before the show started. And then you said we ran some super chats. So how so what we like $300 away now for $500? You know I can't add, nor subtract, nor do fractions, or nor decimals. That's a lie. I can do all that shit. I can do algebra or geometry.
That's about $20.
What you got, man?
Yeah. So I think we are about $30. What is that? 230, 330.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so round one of March Madness that we are doing. Again, March 7th through 11th, we want to hit $500 by Monday. Viewers get the chance to pick a topic for the show on Tuesday, and you pick your play. Also, to encourage some super chats. If I'm doing this right, we have hopefully, like, I guess we do this. Hold on, let me look for this graphic real quick. So I think I'm supposed to put the graphic up, and we got. Oh, never mind. It goes in the middle. Never mind. So the goal is to get 5 new super chats within 5 minutes, if possible. So,
we did that. No, so we got 3.
Yeah, we did
so
that in the beginning before we even launched it. Yeah,
that's what's up. See, look at y'all on top of shit. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, someone just ran us some bucks in Cash App.
Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. And yes, we have Alicia in the back.
Hey,
in the
thank
queue
you, Alicia. Oh my God, Alicia! Thank you. Thank you, niece. That was very generous. I'm sorry. Say it again. Alicia's on, and she's here.
Yeah, I'm. Yep. Hey, Alicia.
Where you at?
Hey.
Where you at?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
My favorite not white girl. Love you. Come on in here.
My coworker, she swears up and down. She's like, you're light skinned. Ever since I met you, she's like, I got cousins that look just like you. She's like, and you're light skinned. And she's like, quit saying you're white. I'm like, stop it. Like, don't pull me into this colorism shit. I'm fucking white.
Hey, and you know what? Again, good for you. You know what I'm saying? We need the whites to not stand on whiteness per se.
No, exactly. Stand against whiteness and still be white. Like, yes. That's what it's about. Like, I can separate myself, or, try as much as possible to separate myself from, whiteness in what it is, and all of its horror. And still be who I am without shame, whatever. So anyways.
That's right. Now, this is a question for you for the chat. Are terms like, do people still say wigger? Is wigger still a thing, or did that die?
I mean, I know it because I'm older, but I don't know if the younger folks know.
Let's leave that one where it's at. No.
Oh, I'm not trying to bring back wigger, just for clarity.
Yeah, it always made me very, very uncomfortable. Just very too close. I'm not one of those whites that envies Black people for being able to say the N-word, and because like even one of my coworkers was joking about that the other day, like, if I was white, I'd probably be at home saying N-word, 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 or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's ridiculous. I was like, first of all, like, I don't even like necessarily like hearing it, you know what I'm saying, even from my Black friends, but I'm not gonna like say anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it doesn't make me comfortable because I don't like using it. I don't, if I were to use it, it would be in, termed in, different terms. Anyways, Hi, how you doing, Auntie?
I love the fact, Alicia, you don't even know, but you're saying a lot of right things. You don't even realize it. Like, I'm glad that hearing the N word makes you uncomfortable. It should make you uncomfortable, right?
Yeah. I just don't, it's not a term that was ever, a good term, and so even I have to question, like, when we as females use the term bitch or any derogatory term and then turn around and use it in a power term or whatever. It's like I'm also of two minds when it comes to that, because it's like it can be empowering in some terms and whatnot, but at the same time, like, is it something that I want? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Right now, it's not something I'm trying to think about. Because guess what? On Sunday, it's my birthday. It's my birthday.
Hold on. Is this the big one?
No.
Okay.
No, I turned 40 last year.
Oh shit, I'm late. Well,
Yeah.
it's another big one.
I know, but I mean, the thing is, well, as you get older, it's like, as even my 40th, and it didn't happen like exactly how I like quote unquote wanted it or whatever, and it wasn't like the end of the world. I was like, okay, so on my 41st I'll do something different. So I actually I'm pretty excited. This is the first time that I've done it. I've had like going back to like kindergarten, I had like a traumatic friend event that was never like never processed, and I like still to this day have like a lot of outwardly I'm very social and I'm very, everybody thinks Alicia's okay because she must have friends and stuff because she's outwardly like very social and this and that, whatever, but beyond like very surface level stuff, like I tend not to have deep friendships. And so the few friendships that I have garnered or whatever, they don't necessarily all come from different parts of my life, and so none of them know each other, and I've always just been like, oh well, none of them, whatever. I've always just talked myself out of getting them together. So this year I said, fuck it. I texted a bunch of people and I was like, hey, I want to be around you on my birthday. Like, will you come to my birthday? They're all like, it happens to be all femmes. Like one's a male, but he's very feminine and will definitely fit in. And I'm just like super excited to have I'm gonna like brainstorm some like positive non-work related topics because I don't want to fucking talk about work. There's certain things I don't want to talk about. So it should be cool because I have things to talk about, like my year and things like that. It has been really great. I found yoga. It's really changed a lot in my life. And I'm just like at a really good place in my life, so it's like the state of the world and the state of my being are in two like completely separate places, and I feel really like off balance a lot of times. But the yoga is really helping me just ground in like at least those couple hours that I'm like doing my yoga per week,
I got to get back on a yoga practice because I was also feeling better, mind, body, and spirit when I was doing yoga.
I'm telling you, like, because my whole thing when I turned 40 was like, I'm gonna try a bunch of things, and they all need to be physical activity that I'm not gonna hate. So I tried a dance course. I didn't hate it, but I was kind of like, all right, is it time to go home yet? And then I tried a certain workout, like a circuit training thing, and did my month during that, and I was like, yeah, F that, like, not doing that. And then so I tried a bunch of things. I tried aerial stuff. I tried what else did I try? Yeah, I don't know. But then I tried the yoga. It was actually through community ed at first. And then I just got so into it that I found a local yoga studio and told them, I kind of finagled like the health worker deal. They had like a 20% off thing going for like healthcare workers, and I was like, well, I'm a social worker, like that's like a healthcare worker, and they're like, oh yeah, totally. So got my little thing in there. And I go at least four times a week, and it's just it's a good community. It's pretty cool. I just feel so freaking grateful to be in a place to be able to do that kind of stuff, because it's so restoring and so it's just a beautiful time.
Well, because we have to take countermeasures, right? Like as America crumbles, as the earth burns, right? Like we don't have to crumble on the inside.
Yep.
Right?
At least, and that's the thing, like I have that in my head, like, and the instructors at my studio are so good about like just being mindful and like using like the 5 minutes before practice to like be intentional and set intentions. I use that metaphor of like that I'm on the four corners of my mat, like that's all my thoughts are gonna be. So I use a lot of my like therapy skills that I've learned throughout the years to like, notice thoughts and then just move on, trying to like get back into the practice and whatnot. It's a really beautiful thing, and I'd recommend it to people just because, especially if you're a YouTube fan, like there's so much on YouTube, like the different types of yoga that they have. They have yoga specifically for people who already have like certain mobility issues, or they have chair yoga. They have so many different varieties. There's something for everything out there, or there's something for everybody out there. So yeah, I'd recommend that for people. Just do that, and then that would be wonderful if everybody could try something like that and give themselves some time,
Absolutely. I want to thank you, Alicia, for always, and I mean always being here, because I think you've been here
I'm around. I've been
the
around,
whole
huh?
time. Because I remember it's so weird to hear you say you're about to turn 41, because I remember when you were 37. And
Wow.
it's like, it's like, wait a minute. Time is indeed marching along. And
It is. It's wonderful. My son will be 17 in May. Yeah.
Okay. So wait a minute. Let's circle back to this. Are you an Aries? We got Aries birthday going on?
Pisces.
Oh, it's still Pisces. Okay, we still at the end. So you're at the end, the tail end, literally, of Pisces season.
Tail end, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, being a Pisces, I don't know about it. I'm very like, again, I'm able to be like of two minds about the whole thing. Like I'm very much like I'm a skeptic. I'm like a, what they say, like a born skeptic or whatever. Like I'm like, so half of me is like, there's no fucking way like any of this makes sense. Like time is not linear. Like the planets do not move in a linear fashion. Like, there's no way that, whatever. And at the same time, like I look at the Pisces, like I look at the descriptions, I look at like all those things, and I'm like, fucking nailed it. Like what? So at the same time, it doesn't make any sense. So it's like, it's fun, it's
Yes.
It's fun. It's a lighthearted thing. Am I gonna base any life decisions off of it? No. You know what I'm saying? I also went to like somebody who did the like a life chart kind of thing, and I'm kind of like, I'm very skeptical because they told me that there wasn't going to be really any like big events, and then I had a big death in my life, and so I was just like, okay, don't really believe in that really much anymore. Just kind of hit me in a bad way, you know. Totally could be reasons, I don't know. Could be the wrong kind of, I don't even remember. It was like some star chart thing, whatever. But anyways, guess what? I'm going to Costa Rica at the end of the month.
I'm quite jelly. I am rather jelly. What is prompting this Costa Rican trip? Are you defecting? Are you renouncing your citizenship?
I'm plotting. So this is okay. So I've been wanting to move out of the country for a few years now, and I've been exploring through the internet, through, you know, everything, like where to go to be part of a community without being part of a problem, without being a settler, you know, like without
but is that hard? Like,
I don't think so. Look, because the way that I come with the spirit that I come with and the intentions that I come with, I don't think it's like hard, but I just want to make sure that I'm right with the people that I go, you know, in the area that I'm going with, you know, like that they're not like, oh, we don't want white people here or whatever.
Oh,
I don't think it's common. I just want to make sure.
I don't think so. It's never white people are never the problem. When they show up and want to white the situation, that's when it becomes a problem.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
exactly. So, and that's not my desire is to like pay into the community and to like, you know, be a part of the community, because I'm just so sick of individualism in this country. And I'm sure there's plenty of it there, but I'm sure there's more like community and knowing of your neighbors, and just from all the things that I've watched and the people that I've, you know, been part of their communities and stuff. It's just a feeling. And so I'm going to test the waters and go on vacation. And so I basically talked my mom into this trip. Really long story short, we grew up in like check to check, like barely making it my whole life, so watching it be in struggle. And then like basically as soon as I got into like my 20s or whatever, my mom's income increased, and like she's making like buco bucks at this point. She's in the corporate world and just really worked herself up there, and I look up to her so much. And I'm kind of like nudge, hey mom, love you to death. We never got to go on a family trip together. We've never done anything. And we've never had the opportunity. I said, I pitched it as that I would pay my airfare or whatever. I was like, hey, let's do this. I'll pay my airfare, whatever. She went ahead. She wanted to do it her way through a freaking dude. She spent so much money by going through like a booking agent, and like she has all the insurance on all the everything. And I mean, that's a way to do it, I guess. But I just see it as freaking just, mom, I could have booked this trip for like probably half maybe of what she paid, you know.
Let that lady spend her money. If she got it, let her spend it.
And that's what I'm saying. She's spending it. She's getting that peace of mind or whatever. So she went over and she just did this. She did the thing, and she bought the whole trip. And then she was like, all right, you can pay for dinners and you can pay for like one or two like excursion things that we do or whatever, which is going to cost me like a total of like maybe $500 to $700, you know, like depending on what we do. So it's just like, I'm definitely coming out of this a winner, like for sure. But just feeling very grateful. But my plan, my plot is to get her to fall in love with the idea of when she retires, moving to Central or South America, or, you know, depending on where she wants to go. I'm really open. My next trip I want to go is to Belize to check that out. After Zion graduates, I kind of want to move down there and be kind of a nomad for a little bit and like figure out where I want to go and just like be free to not have like a lease, and that would be wonderful.
I like that you have a plan and that you have a vision,
It's
and that you're not scared and you ready to take some action. So
super scared but super ready, and just ready to be on a new chapter, you know.
Absolutely. No, I'm with you. Wait, we have some acknowledgments that I need to say what's up to. What is up to Trey? Thank you so much, Trey. Wait, does that say Trey or that says yes? It does. Yes. Okay. Because you know I can half-ass read. Trey, thank you so much for. Oh shit, Trey ran bucks. Thank you, Trey.
Hey.
Thank you, Trey. Yes. Wait a minute. We might be knocking really close on this goal tonight. Alicia, my baby, can I hug you and thank you for your support, for your always showing up, for you being a fantastic person, for somebody that you have applied things that you've heard, I guess everywhere, but not just here, but everywhere. But I know that you've been listening to these conversations that we've been having here, that we've been having on Black Liberation Media, and I know that you've been applying them joints, to your actual real life. And I want to thank you for that, for having a willingness, an open mind, anti-racist spirit, and
I have to listen to you. Sometimes you be like buck on them white people. So
oh my
I
gosh,
like,
girl, because white people are exhausting.
They are though, but I mean, and that's the thing. Like most of the time, all the time I'm not in my head with you. So it's like it's the same thing, and it's just like again, what do they say? Hit dogs holler.
That is correct. That's what I'm saying. That's how I know, and that's why I appreciate our white viewers. I appreciate you. I appreciate Stone Alone. I appreciate Franny French. I appreciate the hearts. Like I appreciate, because y'all know I'm not talking about y'all because I'm not. David Stolberg, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about them crackers. I'm not talking about y'all. Talk about them crackers, and y'all are not crackers. So that's kind of what it's really that cut and dry to me, because like I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about them terrible whites, not y'all. So anyway, but Alicia, I'm gonna turn you loose because we got some other people in the queue, and I
can't wait to hear everybody else. I love your call-in. Obviously, I love your call-in shows because I'm always a call-in on call-in shows. But yeah. So, anyways, lots of stuff going on, but all together, I'm very grateful. I mean, that would be my word that I would say bringing into my 41st year would be I'm just grateful for everything, and grateful for your show to be able to blow off some steam, learn some new things. And I love watching you on the Remix Morning Show.
I love that you watch the Remix Morning Show, Alicia. I appreciate you. Please be safe. Have a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Pisces Queen. Enjoy your trip to Costa Rica. I know you guys are going to have a blast. So I want to hear about it when you come back. Tell your mama.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. Hope you hit this goal. Everybody send in some super chats. And
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Alicia. Do we have some updates? Because I got to acknowledge, because again, I can't half-ass fucking read. But this does say Trey ran bucks. Trey D. You know what I'm saying?
So,
is this Trey D from 213 from what was Snoop Dogg's group, y'all? It was Trey D, Goldie Loke, Snoop Dogg,
Nate Dogg.
Well, I think it was 213, but it was the East Siders. Were they the East Siders, y'all? Where they did lay low? For the niggas think I'm talking about then holding my dick talking shit. She better lay low.
Right, who we don't want to lay low is Mama Lorraine, because she running them super chats. So we appreciate you,
Mama
KJ Takuma. What up? What up? What
Hey,
up?
KJ Sakuma, thank you so much. KJ Sakuma, I saw your comment on a couple of videos ago. Sometimes you don't be available to show up at the lives. That's fine. I know you here in spirit. And thank you for running bucks. That shows that you got attendance. And thank you, KJ Sakuma. We appreciate it.
Yep. And the last is the Jam on. I think I'm saying it right. The Jam on M93. May your cup runneth over. We appreciate the super chat.
Jam on 93. Come on. Thank you so much. Y'all, we met our goal. Are you taking the tally for what the super chats are? Because so add this up because we're not good at math. That's why I teach us art. But I'm just fucking with you. So 170 is what we started with. So plus, what did we get in super chat so far? Because I'm not gonna keep hitting y'all on the head if we met. I mean, I guess we have a longer goal, a bigger goal, but regardless,
$60 more in the
okay. No, I can't fucking add, nigga. What's that add up to?
What were you talking about with the 170, or are you talking
Yes.
about with the 170 and 60? That's 230 something.
Okay, now add 150 on that.
280. She don't like asking y'all for money. That's why she really trying to get this math. She like, hold on, let me stop.
How you
Molly got 15 tears.
How you get you said we had $230 plus 150, and I said, what's that? You
plus
said 150. I said,
you said
buy,
plus
nigga, buy
50?
150, 150.
Oh, you said
150.
Where'd you get the 150 from?
Nigga, someone ran us a cash app.
Oh, just now?
Trey D, nigga, that's why I was talking about the East Siders.
All right, so hold up.
Keep up.
You're not clear, dog.
I'm
all right, so 150 plus, you said the 230.
This is sad. This is why. But look at American public schools falling down for both of us on numerous generations. American public schools.
Speak for yourself, bro.
Nigga. Okay, I'm sorry. So all right, so you said 380.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on, and then my niece ran us like a nifty $40, like $41. So that's what, 420.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Yep. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. We're almost y'all. So I don't know how this is going to work come Tuesday. I don't know. Molly maybe send y'all the link and y'all can just host. I don't know. we're going to come and figure this out. But you guys are rolling. So thank you all so much. I appreciate it. So we got other people.
Said we was left behind. I was left behind. That's why I'm like this.
Don.
Ahuru to you too, brother.
Don, come on, enjoy talk about Uhuru. You Africans can't count. Look at y'all, disgraces to the diaspora. Don't you know algebra was formed and created on the continent? You niggas can't even do addition.
Algebra landed on us, Don.
Is Don up? You in here, no. Don?
Don is not up. No.
Oh, he's on the chat talking shit. I got you. Okay, nephew. I hear you. Well, you know I don't see you, but I hear you, nephew. So who we got next? Should we go to a caller or should we?
I think we should do a video because we don't have
video. Caller. Okay, great. Thank you all so much for rocking with us tonight. It's Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is the Friday edition, March Madness fundraiser, and this is a call-in show. So, Will, if you could deposit the stream link again in the chat, so the folks can click it and join us and do all the things. But
done.
Done.
That? No, I was just telling you I did it.
Thank you. My next story game comes from the realm of revenge porn. Right? Everyone clear on what revenge porn is, I guess. When you have your ex's nudes or y'all's schmex videos, and then y'all break up and y'all fall out, and then all of a sudden the scorned person starts disseminating these images or these videos, much to the embarrassment, to the reputational harm of the person who did not give consent. It is against the law in many states across this country, but we don't really hear revenge porn where the victim is the dude, is the man in this hetero dynamic. So let me take you. Well, is this say Chicago? Because where's Lindenhurst? Because I thought Lindenhurst was in New Jersey. But where does the account say? Is this ABC Chicago the story came from?
Yeah.
Okay. There's Lindenhurst, Illinois, kids. Inform me, Chicagoland. I know not of all of your suburbs. But anywho, this story comes from ABC Chicago. And it caught my attention because you usually don't hear the revenge porn scenarios going down in this direction. And police seemingly took this case very seriously. But when I figured out who was the aggrieved, who was the victim here, I said, oh, well, when it was a white man, when the white man was the victim, the police said, oh, we got to get on this really quick and adjudicate justice very fast. For we cannot have this white man's penis out here being consumed and disseminated without his consent. And no, you shouldn't. But it's interesting to me. The speed at which police took action, to me, depended greatly upon who the victim was, right? So anyway, we'll go ahead and run this story. I thought this was an interesting one.
Only on 13, an apparent bad breakup ends in a woman's arrest, police say, for revenge porn. She's accused of showing an X-rated video to people at a local bar. ABC 13's Luke Jones spoke to the man in that video, who has a lot of regret tonight. Luke?
Yeah, in no time at all, his life quickly became a living nightmare. People he knows have seen this video, he says, even people he does business with. And now he's hoping against hope that emergency protection order in place is enough to keep this woman out of his life for good.
I really wish I didn't do it.
Michael Bassett, regretting the videos he took of he and this woman having sex in his truck on Valentine's Day.
So she had me record it on her phone.
After she allegedly showed them to a bunch of his friends and customers of his diesel maintenance business.
It really is extremely embarrassing. Like, I took those out of confidence, not thinking they would get, I don't got an OnlyFans or anything. I don't sell pictures and stuff of my body.
Bassett says he broke things off with 18-year-old Taylor Richards sometime after the Valentine's Day encounter. Words were exchanged, and then Monday night at his Snapchat group.
You know, screaming, laughing, but I did not need to see that, yada, yada, yada.
He calls his friends who were hanging out at District 249, and that's when he learns those Valentine's Day videos he thought had been deleted hadn't.
He goes, bro, Taylor is here showing everybody y'all's videos. And then they start making jokes.
Some of his customers so disturbed by what they'd seen, they decided to part ways, he says.
I can handle my friends messing with me and whatnot. I can't handle when I start losing money.
Richard was arrested that night and charged with unlawful disclosure of intimate video material. Her mom tells us her daughter isn't commenting, but Bassett says she was speaking to him even after her arrest.
She called me from the jail and she was just like, are you going to drop the charges and this, that, and the other? I'm like, no, you have a lesson to learn.
In court,
we've got to save the top case for last.
The magistrate clears the courtroom before delving into Richard's case, ultimately releasing her on a personal recognizance bond and ordering her to stay away from Bassett. But as far as he's concerned, the damage has already been done.
My advice to other young men is just avoid taking videos and whatnot, because tomorrow's promised to nobody. Your relationship is not promised to you tomorrow.
And apparently, neither is your privacy. Luke Jones, ABC 13.
The only critical piece of information missing from that package is his age. They don't say how old he is. And the woman, 18, legally an adult, who is charged with this, 18 years old, but very much still a kid in their mentality, but unfortunately old enough to face some charges. And I have several thoughts about this. First of all, y'all, I know it's likely no longer a novelty for folks of a certain age to be able to record yourself on your phone and just have those memories or those experiences or those sexual encounters just at your fingertips. Like, oh, I can relive that. I love it when the booty was bouncing. It was great. But okay, I get it. But given that we live in an era where there is no privacy, right? Like in the 70s or 80s, let's say if people did have sex tapes, they absolutely did. But the only way they were available is if someone kind of broke in your house and took them, right? Like if you had them, and I don't know, I wasn't fucking around in the 70s and 80s with sex tapes, but I'm just assuming, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but you understand what I'm saying. The ease in the miniaturization of the technology that it's handheld now, it's too tempting to just record yourself doing all kinds of shit, right? But I guess if you have something to lose, like a job or a professional reputation, you can't trust people out here to keep your intimate stuff to themselves because people are terrible. Okay. Like people will archive and file away and never forget that they have this piece of evidence, as it were, on you in some way. Not even evidence that you've done anything legally wrong, but just evidence, I guess, that your penis has seen the light of day. I don't know. But opportunities to embarrass, to humiliate, like the gentleman said, the victim in the story, like he said, relationships go wrong, right? And videos, dare I say, close-ups of your hoo-ha and your wing-wang, you may not want everybody to see that. So, and I don't want to blame the victim here and be like, oh, well, you shouldn't have been filming. And in a way, I kind of am finger wagging but ultimately the onus is borne upon the person who showed those images without consent and broke the confidence, because that's fucked up. Like first and foremostly, the person that showed and disseminated the images in the video, you're a shitty person. You're a terrible person. You're petty. You're obviously immature at 18. And on some level, you do deserve to be punished, right? If we're still doing the criminal justice system and they are, handing out misdemeanors for this kind of thing, yeah, let that little girl go ahead and deal with her trial, her likely guilty plea, her fine, whatever restitution she may be ordered to pay him. I think it's okay for people to kind of learn these lessons, like you should not do this, right? But when it comes to, it's twofold, right? People need not be intentionally shitty to each other. And unfortunately, you have to be ready to protect yourself. And if protecting yourself means you don't get to be the edgy person, filming their own pornography, well, then I guess maybe you are the prude. Then you just got to take the prude. Oh, can I record? No, you can't. You cannot. And by the way, no means no in these situations. If people are recorded without their consent, that usually is a law broken, right? To the extent that police do a good job of pursuing these kinds of cases, when other folks have their explicit images disseminated, I can't really say, but I did have to take notice. I'm like, wow, the cops jumped on this shit lickety split. I think they arrested old girl the same night that she was at the bar showing the sex tape. Police showed up and arrested her ass on site. And it's like, the reason that is because of who the victim was. The race and the gender of the victim is the reason why there was an immediate arrest. And this is also why in a lot of other criminal cases where there's been some sort of sexual violation, maybe, something along this scale or something even harsher, the speed at which the police move all depend on the race and gender of the victim, period, point blank. And when it's a white man involved, they move with lightning speed. So, good. Good for him and her, I guess. I don't know. But kids, stop recording your sex escapades. Cut that shit out. Knock it off. You don't have the encryption. Your encryption game is not strong enough to make sure that all your little, all your little sexual adventures don't reappear somewhere, either in someone else's phone or random places on the internet. You just got to try to be a little bit more guarded. And I appreciate, though, on some hands, that at least a sex tape is not usually the end of the world for people, nor do I think it's the end of the world for this gentleman. I think he'll be just fine. I'm guessing that the reason he lost customers is because he must have been passing out some trash peen. Like, why else would a customer why would a customer be like, you know what, I don't think I want to buy any more diesel fuel out here because Michael was out here passing up some garbage schlongy dong. That sex game looked terrible. You know what, I'm gonna have to cancel this contract because you was out here slanging terrible schlong. Michael, we can no longer do business. I think I can only assume that's the reason that he lost customers. Will, do we have
Yeah.
a part 2 here to do for our solicitations per break, right? And now what was suggested?
There was something else suggested. Hold on.
Whew, nigga. Will, what do you be doing when I be talking? These are my questions.
Working.
On what though, Nick? What did you watch? Martin? That's what I think.
Oh,
that's what I imagine what you're doing. I
got
imagine
me there.
You just over there watching Martin in the background.
I'm working on stuff, bro. So the good brother. So our next break is, I'm just confused on how we rate it. So 3-point shot. Next 3 people donate in an amount ending in 3. Okay. So that's our next goal. So please donate ending in 3. And an update on what we do have is shout out to Eric Berkeley.
Hey, EB, Eric B for president. Thank you, Eric.
He said, peace to the burners, appreciate to Kim and the work. And also we have the infamous Don Hammond and also a Musa individual. I'm not sure who this is.
And
but
Musa's in the queue or
yep, in the queue.
Oh shit, hold on. Don, nephew, I'm gonna have to leap over you for Musa for a second because Musa don't ever come up here. Don comes up here with frequency.
Hey, peace, Kim. How you doing?
Musa, how are you?
What that white man say? I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. You know, I think that's how we all doing out here, right?
Is that a song?
It is. It is.
I can hear the lyric, but I'm trying to paste the melody, but it's escaping me. How are you doing? What's going on with you? I'm so glad that you made an effort to join today. I want to see you on the Remix Morning Show again, but I'm glad you're here.
Yes, I appreciate it. I just first want to say, Kim, I'm such a big fan of you. Like, I love your show so much. I'm usually at work at this time and I have my headphones on and I'm listening in the background. I can't really watch it, but you know, from one journalist to another, I love the integrity that you bring, even when you're having fun and talking about stories that are, and you're just like ripping into Jay-Z or something, you still bring a level of journalistic integrity that I really appreciate. And so I just first off want to say, I love your commentary. I'm an avid watcher of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. I just want to start off with that first off.
Gosh, Musa, you don't even know. I'm like freaking out on the inside because I really respect what you do. I mean, I love your work. I love the short films and the documentaries that you've done. Because you bring a high level of integrity to your reporting and to your journalism. So for you to say that to me, I'm like, wait a minute, but you're a real journalist out here. You actually go out in the street and talk to people. Like, so thank you so much for that.
Real recognize real. You know, I've been in the lab working on this Cuba documentary for Black Liberation Media. We're just a few weeks away from showing Kamal and Ear Doctor and Jared the first cut. We're very nervous because I watched the show and I know how they are. But I don't have a lot of time. I got 2 kids in the back that I gotta lay down for bed in a few minutes. But one, I want to commend you for always talking about abuse and domestic violence and these issues. I don't think we on the left talk about these things enough. And, you know, I think it would be nice if maybe you look for stories of LGBTQ related abuse too. because as someone who personally has gone through that, the police showed up and was like, y'all are just two dudes fighting. We don't got, what are we about to do? You know? And that's actually the common response from police when it's, especially when it's two men or two women, you know, they view it as, oh, y'all are just scrapping a little bit, you know, and it's often not even documented as abuse. And so what we're seeing is over the past decade, as same-sex relationships rise and become more open, the murders, intimate violent murder and intimate partner violence has actually increased in those relationships because it's being documented more. And so, you know, I'm always listening to your stories, and I'm always, maybe I'll email you something, I don't know, but I'm like, man, a lot of what you talk about, especially when it comes to women, I'm like, I need the gays to hear this too. I need my people to also listen in and tap in and hear this because it's real out here. We're getting it not only from Trump and from the right, but from our own people, some very, you know, fucked up situations. So I wanted to just say that for
I
sure.
appreciate that, Musa. And let me say this, because I do see some of those stories, and it's not so much that I ignore them. It's because I think because I'm not part of the community, I don't know the right entry point. You feel me? Like, because
Yeah.
how am I trying to say this? Because obviously it's with the heteronormativeness, and I'm straight, unfortunately. so I can relate to the man female dynamic. But when it's same sex and it's abuse, like I don't know how to enter the conversation beyond we have to stop, you know,
Yeah.
with the intimate partner violence. But I feel stuck, like I don't know what else to say beyond that, because I'm not apprised of how those dynamics, what they look like, you know what I mean, within the relationship. So I'm not educated enough to speak on it, but can you direct me, like how can I have some more insight as to?
Yeah, I think I'll send you an email in a few days. And because there's organizations that specifically educate about same-sex relationships and intimate partner violence. And I think honestly, just even approaching it, because often it's the same kind of power dynamics. One person probably has more money, one person is often bigger and or older. Unfortunately, the gays are out here recreating most of the problems that the heteronormative relationships have. So like it shows up a lot in the IPV, you know, it's very much and then I think because the gays have been marginalized for so long, so much of our community is based in nightlife and drinking and drugs and partying. That contributes to the problem in many ways too, right? Like I saw a study a few months ago on the rates of alcoholism, specifically among Black gay men, was like astronomical, you know, disproportionate. And so I think those are some of the layers that contribute to it. But I would just encourage you. I think you have never offended me before. And I feel like you could, not that people just be walking around offending me, but I think you could cover a story like that with integrity, you know, with principle. I really do. I think so. And then the other thing is, there's this story. I don't know if you've heard of it. A very horrific story that I feel like the media is intentionally not talking a lot about because, you know, with all this Trump DEI, anti-trans, all of the liberal media is low-key following along and now suddenly talking about certain things less and less. Have you heard of this Black trans man who was murdered named Sam Norquist?
Sam Norquist, did this happen in New York State?
Upstate New York, yeah.
I have heard of it. I didn't realize. Are they Black?
So it was a Black trans man, and this was a few weeks ago, but this week there's updates to the case. And he was from Pennsylvania. This white girl who he met online, who was his online girlfriend, lured him to upstate New York. And when he got there, he was kidnapped. They originally thought it was by 5 white people, but it was actually 7 white people who kidnapped and tortured him for weeks before they murdered him and hid the body, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And so they just brought charges against them today. The the lead investigators on the case said it is literally the worst, most horrific case they have ever seen in their entire career. And there's just no national outcry. You know, I think a lot of focus is on Trump, that people aren't even talking about it. But it was like this woman tricked him into thinking it was his girlfriend, lured him to upstate New York, and then they just, you know. And the individuals who were abusing him and torturing him, 3 of them had previous sex-related charges for like abuse of minors and that kind of thing. So they were already needed the wall. And so just this week, they've actually announced the charges against them. It's going to court and all that. And the saddest thing is that they found out that they were also in this process abusing 2 children who they were forcing to engage in the torture of Sam. And so it's really like some twisted HBO type shit. And I think if you look into the story, you'll find it's something that we should really be talking about, because I don't know, something about it just really gripped my heart. So
thank you for mentioning that. I had seen it scrolling, and I guess I didn't look further into it, and now I will, because now, Musa, you have picked a story for us to go into on Tuesday, so I appreciate you for bringing that to the channel, to the platform's attention, and bringing it to my attention. And like I said, the first time I interacted with you, and maybe this is our only interaction on Twitter, but you were tweeting you were talking, maybe it was about Marco Rubio. You called him a comer mierda, and you know, my Spanish is not so great, but I'm like, comer, to eat. Did you call him a shit eater? And and I wasn't familiar with the term, and I replied to you. I'm like, he eats shit, and I said, I like this young person. I like him.
yeah, you know, we've interacted before, and I don't think you realize. I'm not gonna say where I work on the air, but I work for an abortion fund.
Yes. Is it the same one that you've been at?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
we've interacted there before. I really appreciate how you always, because abortion is another one of those issues that, because there's this big liberal nonprofit industrial complex around it, the more radical people don't want to talk about it. But it's literally like Black women dying, you know. And so I really appreciate you always willing to support that. Also, because Don is on the line. Can I just say, when he looks at the camera directly like he's breaking the fourth wall and talks directly to the camera, I'm gonna steal that. I just am putting it out there that when y'all see me do that, I'm not gonna credit Don, but just know that's where it comes from, because I haven't laughed that hard in so long. So Don, if you're listening, shout out to you too, for real.
Don, my nephew is he's a Cali king out here. You know what I'm saying? Where's my camera? Which one is my camera? What camera is my camera 4? Camera 4. I said, look at the SoCal kids out here.
I love it. Well, listen, I have to go. But again,
thank
I want to
you.
send you all of the love. I appreciate your perspective. I appreciate your journalistic integrity. I appreciate you dragging Jay-Z, because it's long overdue, and his day will come. But
I think so.
for sure.
I have additional thoughts about Jay-Z, but I thank you, Musa. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much. And again, thank you for what you do. Thank you for how you engage in the community. You know, my heart still skips a beat when I think about that story that you recounted, where you physically interceded in a DV situation, and you know, a person turned violent, and you were able to de-escalate and calm things down. But whoo, that took bravery. Okay.
Yeah. And honestly, sometimes I be wishing I would have minded my business, because they live 2 houses down, and we be going at it now. But
I know, but
yeah.
You did that, and a lot of people wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? And it's a complex, almost impossible situation. But the fact that you stepped up and took action, I could tell that was an instinct, that was a reflex, right? I'm sure you didn't give that a whole lot of thought before you did that. You just moved. And I
Yeah.
appreciate that. That to me, that speaks volume about your character. So I thank you for being who you are and having the heart and the disposition that you have. So thank you.
I appreciate you, Kim. This is Musa. I'm Burner Down with Kim Brown. Y'all subscribe, like, support the fundraiser, drop the coins, do what you got to do. All right. Bye, Miss Kim.
Thank you. You guys, let me sit up straight because we got some respectable members. We got some respectable and learned folks amongst us. And I want to thank who we got. Oh, shout out to the homie DJ Vesper X coming through on the support tip on the Cash of Apps. Vesper, we love you to pieces. Thank you. Thank you so much. Who else we got in here? We got Leonard. Leonard has ran us some bucks. Leonard, thank you so much for your Venmo support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, we're doing real good. we're doing swell, everybody. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share like you care, like my brother Air Doc to be saying. Didn't I think we heard another cash app? Didn't I hear the cash app go off twice? Hold on, I'm gonna pick that up. But Will, let me bring on my nephew on here. My nephew got fans out here too. Why? Because my nephew is a stunner out here. Come on up here,
Yep.
Don Hammond.
We got Don Hammond and we got Bree in the queue. So
okay.
letting you know.
Thank you so much. Don, what's up?
Uhuru, auntie.
Uhuru, nephew. How are you?
Listen. Musa, no, not you, lady. Not you. I'm on a call. No, you good. Listen, Musa, call me, man.
Y'all should rap.
Call me,
I
man.
think, Musa wants to learn the ways of which camera to look into, so.
And I'm trying to learn the ways of having the, wherewithal and confidence to, step into issues like he does. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in a situation like that, and them motherfuckers was in my car. I had to stop and put my car in the parking lot of the jewelry store on this very moneyed intersection of Tustin and Orange in Orange County. And if you know that intersection, that is not an intersection where two niggas need to be
fighting.
Right. Especially my skinny crazy ass and the big nigga that I'm talking about and stuff like that. That I was gonna have to. No, he was gonna get the tire iron from that.
Oh Jesus!
He was too big. He was big as hell. That nigga was the mixed white and black Superman.
Okay, no, you can't be taking chances with big niggas. You might have to have the tire iron at the ready. Nephew, you know what I'm saying? And y'all can't be howling and fussing and carrying on at them good white folks jewelry section of town.
Jesus, I'm Tustin and Orange. You don't
Tustin. Shit.
You already know, like the very image, right?
It sounds sedity. But anyway, speaking of sedity, my nephew was joining us. You're not sedity. You a little sedity, nephew. You're not all the way sedity.
No, I'm sedity as hell because this is in California right now. Let me pull this weather up. It is 59 damn degrees.
Lord, y'all about to freeze to death out there.
Yes, ma'am. You know we can't handle that. Hey, baby. I got to sorry, yo. I got to speak to my community and stuff like that.
I love it. You are the community. That's what the mayors do. The mayors say hello to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
And that's called President Masamela of Impedum teaches me that is called being worthy of emulation, as the chairman has coined it and stuff like that. And when people see you interacting with your community and stuff like that, and these babies, let me tell you something. I love my babies. I love the babies.
Nephew, you sound auntie-ish with that. You've been around the aunties a little too long.
That's why when I was a child, baby. You can find me in some African woman's passenger seat. Okay. I went everywhere with my mother. My mother is the architect of these mannerisms, this breakdown style. And I'm just grateful that the chairman and the Uhuru movement was able to add principal to it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, if you're in Southern California, if you in my area, if you local to me, on March 22nd, we will be at Nile Valley Wellness down there in Long Beach, California, over there by Long Beach, Jordan. If you know, right? That's a deep area, right? March 22nd, y'all, and it's gonna be streamed and stuff like that. So I put the flyer and whatnot on the Discord, and if we struggle hard enough, maybe Auntie Kim and them will stream it and stuff like that.
Oh, you just got to tell me who's recording. But Dawn, but please share your socials with the folks.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that people
Yes, ma'am.
can follow you.
Join the Youth and Student Working Group. Join Impedum. Join the African People's Socialist Party. Girl, something had just happened though in the news that I wanted your attention. So first off, that story that Musa talked about, like, I cannot. I'm what?
Yeah.
A week? Tortured this person for a week? What in the? And let me remind everybody that trans people are less than 2% of our motherfucking population. Okay, if you have a gripe that is so deep with 2% of our population, you have a motherfucking problem. It's you. Sorry.
Don't apologize. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, nephew, like, I never thought the quote trans issue would be one that I would speak up for, just because I'm like, that doesn't concern me. Like, I'm not part of the community. But now it's like, hold the fuck up. Like, in what world are we going to allow any group to be targeted, not only for social violence, but for state violence and public policy? And it doesn't end. Like, if whatever, not you, dearest, but for anyone watching, whatever your take is on LGBTQ plus, on trans people, on specifically, if anything, you need to take up for trans people for self-preservation, for your own preservation. Because why would these fuck boys and girls stop with trans people when the rest of us either are targets, ongoing targets, have historically been targeted? Like, we are still on the menu. Black people, brown people, like disabled people. Don't think because it's trans people being targeted today that it won't be us today or later today. Like, they targeted trans people in the morning, they coming to niggas by the afternoon. You feel me? They coming to disabled people by dinner time. Like, it's a real serious thing. And then when I see what happened in Iowa with the civil rights legally being stripped away from trans people, I don't know what comes after that, but I don't like it. and I don't feel safe. I don't feel protected. Oh, well, good. They going after the trans people. I'm not trans. I don't need to worry. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Yes, I do need to worry. So anyway, I'm sorry, nephew.
Yes. Nah, for real. That's and on that note, I just put a link in the chat. Brother Will, if you could go ahead and pull that up. LA Students Deserve is facilitating an action where it will be demanded that LAUSD protect Black, undocumented, and LGBTQ students. LAUSD is the largest school district in this country. Yes, in the country. And this is also in the precipice of school districts in Southern California move, especially like here in Orange County. A lot of these districts are making moves so that they can have the provisions to out queer students the moment that the information is gathered to their parents and stuff like that. And that is such a danger to people's health and well-being for various reasons. We could talk about why that is a harm, right, all day and tomorrow. But again, if you are in the area, come on down, connect with LA Students Deserve, join the Black is Back Coalition's Youth and Student Working Group, and we're gonna protect these babies. Let me tell you something. We gonna protect our babies. And You know, this is coming on. That's good, Will. If y'all don't forget, y'all, Tuesday, y'all see that Tuesday, March 11th at 1500 hours. That's 3 p.m. for you non-international niggas. It's not military time, it's 24-hour time. I'm scream. My bad.
Hold on, Don. Circle back to what you were talking about, this policy from the LAUSD. And they would inform parents if the child comes out.
Yeah. So if they get if a teacher gets the information, or so a lot of things happen. There's a lot of mistranslation between the policy, what the teachers do, and how that gets back home, right? That's a very convoluted process, because right now, specifically, LAUSD is trying to cut students off from being able to communicate with the outside world. They're doing like very, very, very stringent policies on whether or not the kids can have cell phones. And of course, when you juxtapose that with the historical demonstration of this state of being unable to protect students when something goes down on the campus, that is dangerous on so many different levels and stuff like that. But to answer your question about students being outed to their parents, that's a relatively new thing. I think it started here in Orange County.
So it's a proposed policy, or it's already in place?
It is in place in some in some area, like in Orange, California. It is in place. It's in place in Orange Unified School District, that I know for sure. And there's, isolated cases and stuff like that. For more information on that, I recommend following your local LGBT center. There's a lot of information that goes out that our LGBT centers put out that, of course, won't get covered by mainstream media and stuff like that. And a lot of it is on the policy level, right? It's the LGBT centers who are, for example, Orange County LGBT Center is the only reason that I even know, right, that Orange Unified made such a move, right? So just pay attention to your local LGBT centers.
And these are policies that, again, we have to pay attention to, because regardless, and I know Black people overall can be socially conservative, you know what I'm saying? Well, the Bible said, and the pastor said that the gays ain't supposed to listen. Okay, like fuck all that shit, to be honest. Like, listen, homophobia kills our kids. Okay,
kills our kids.
LGBTQ youth are more likely to be unhoused because they come out and get kicked out the fucking house. You ain't gonna be doing that gay shit. You got to get out here, So
and
they'll
auntie, not even on the queer side of it. I had one of my professor, because I'm taking and let me tell you, and I'm gonna say this on record. I want the prefix Afro stricken from human record. But this man sitting up here, we was talking about, like, why different groups, right, aren't as financially successful, right, as others. And this man literally tried, like I was gonna let it slide, Black people aren't getting married as much, and every other ethnicity. And I'm like, Professor, Dr. Lewis, that is queer phobic at best, at a minimum, right? But when I talked about it later with my mama, and I'm like, my nigga, that nigga just tried to invalidate everything that goes on in my household, because you not finna tell me the man that died last year and that has supported my family every moment that he and my mama was together, you're not finna tell me that nigga was not my stepfather, right? And just so, like,
even though he wasn't married to your mom.
Exactly. Please know that Bible is the colonial mode of production, period. Right? And to say that because we are not performing the colonial mode of production correctly, that's why we ain't got the monies everybody else got. Nigga, you better be I ain't gonna meet you. I ain't gonna be sitting on the trunk of your car at 5 o'clock. I promise.
Listen, I can't. I have no patience for folks, especially Black folks, that want to tell me why Black people don't have the amount of wealth and possession and all this shit that white people have. Basically, is because of lack of financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? Which I want to credit Reverend Dr. Jared Ball for helping to take the shackles off of our brains.
Where the jab signal?
Right, surrounding the myth and propaganda of Black buying power, like that was really a light bulb epiphany. That was a very valuable lesson. I think Jared Ball has taught us all. Like, hey,
and just to be clear, y'all, this so-called buying power ain't nothing but the capitalist mode of production. And when niggas like John Hope Bryan's stupid ass get on the internet talking about some, oh, I done created million, he's just saying he done did the colonial capitalist mode of production in a good way, and he want the rest of you niggas to do this colonial capitalist mode of production the way that he has done it. Right? When people talk about the economics and stuff like that, they ain't talking shit about shit but the mode of production. Mode of production. Write that down. Which camera am I working here? America? Write it down. Mode of production. Y'all hear me? All right now.
So that, but and that was the other thing, right? So the Black people lack financial literacy. What was the other thing I was gonna say about that? But Bagheera, what is it?
What's up, Babs? Come on, Babs.
I might go grab her and bring her up here, so I can bring up my elderly dogs. So y'all can really take pity and send them.
Not take pity.
Bagheera needs CBD treats. Everybody, Bagheera needs CBD. That is why she is alive so long. I really do attribute her longevity to the fact that she's been on CBD for several years. I will stand on that.
Let's talk about that, man. Auntie, do you? Just because somebody crafted Coach on Instagram, love Jabria's work, and I want to ask you, Auntie, do you smoke to zone out or lock in, as the kids say?
I smoke to save lives, nephew, because if you subtract marijuana from my life, my body count, and I don't mean the fun kind, I mean the life without parole kind, my body count will probably be way up there. You know,
listen, I need a tambourine. That's how much I unite with what you saying. I need the tambourine.
I mean, marijuana saves lives.
Saves lives. Yes. Oh,
and I think it's part of the reason why they gave us marijuana legally, to be honest, because they were like, look, if we really about to tighten the vices, tighten the screws to this society, if we keep putting people in jail for weed, we're gonna run out of space.
Speaking of which, if the people, got $40 for my little fund, that would be wonderful to
drop it all. Listen,
just y'all know the Cash App.
We all support.
Yes. So, Auntie, I'm a hop in the Discord and hopefully, get Black Liberation Media's participation in the event that I'll be having. I'm actually working on Renee Johnston participating virtually so she could finally give us that. So she and I could rap and do that statistics for the people thing that we talked about, right? Because these statistics are important, the data is important, but literally the people, the masses do not know like how to interpret, right, the data and how it's useful. Because, for example, the ACLU report card on the state of education in California teaches us that in California, education saw a 47, and this is on all levels, they saw a 47% decrease in African student enrollment on all levels. This means that there is a mass African flight from our existing communities occurring. Right? Now, how did
is this for collegiate enrollment?
No, ma'am. K-12.
Oh, wow.
That's deep. That is like
half of the Black students down there?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
Right. And we really need to juxtapose that, with with the demands that we're making, right? With LA Students Deserve saying that, you know, they need to add, you know, Black and African back to the curriculum and stuff like that. That's happening on the precipice of Black people leaving LAUSD. And that's scary. That's scary to lose influence. We concede no democratic space. I don't like Africana studies. I don't, you know what I'm saying? However, we concede no democratic space. We meet the people where they are and stuff like that. So, but regardless, that's dangerous to lose our presence in these institutions at that, you know, that says something about the strength and capabilities of our community.
And the way that Black people are being pushed out, obviously, of these areas where LAUSD has students that are enrolled. And that's the other thing, Dawn. Like, you living in California, I live in Maryland, and I think what I say about Maryland is applicable to California as well. You know, Maryland is not as progressive as advertised. And the more I learn about California, I'm like, why do all the conservatives think California is this like progressive haven where the Blacks and the Mexicans flourish and run everything? I was like, what the fuck? No, that's not how I see Cali from over here on the East Coast. Like, it is.
Unión del Barrio is patrolling communities at 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning before them motherfuckers that is teachers got to go in their school to push ICE out of their communities. Okay, the Huntington Beach. Do I even need to say anything else besides Huntington Beach?
I didn't want to big up the white football player too much for his little protest.
I call him to join the Uhuru Solidarity Movement. That's what he can do for me. He can join the Uhuru Solidarity Movement. He can join the African People's Solidarity Committee. That's what he can do for me. Oh, I like that. I like that I was able to say that. Like, you know what this that white man could do? He could join.
And you listen, he might take you up on it. Chris Kluwe, that's for you. Chris Kluwe out there in Huntington Beach, California. You need to get down with the program.
Yes.
My nephew Don Hammond is going to put you down.
Yes. Okay, Auntie, I know you got other people in the queue. I can't get over that trans man in New York, bro. I just, if any, I mean, just think about this. Like, who else is kidnapped and tortured for a week, bro? I'm almost brought to tears. I don't know. Okay, but we want to leave it on good notes, Auntie. I'm doing well. Mama doing good? Yes, ma'am. Mama and them good. We're making the provisions to get my Black ass over to Vietnam so that I can study. Yes, so that I can study pedagogy at the Vietnam National University in Hanoi. Yes, I already got it. I got an invoice from them niggas.
Dawn, that's exciting.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold up. So wait a minute. I may have a reason to go to fly to Vietnam.
Yes, girl. And they housing is nice and affordable and stuff like that. Not only is you gonna fly, but you're gonna have a place to be. You damn near gonna get flued out.
Do you know what I also heard
is paid
about Vietnam? Because so much of clothing manufacturing happens over there that you can basically not really pack a bag, and when you get there you buy all your clothes because that's where everything is made over there.
Oh, you told me the wrong thing because I'm already a packing, you know what I'm saying? I done got it down to a science. Backpack, duffel bag, baby. Don't get it twisted. Okay. I'm walking through them lines like, do you know what I'm saying? Backpack up here, duffel bag in here. I know I'm back here in 33B, but when 33B stand up, this nigga right here is making a beeline.
I know that's right. Put me in the back of the plane where I belong. Leave me away from all these other people. Anyway, but Dawn, Uhuru nephew, I love you so much. Thank you so much for always showing up, supporting, repping, chatting, commenting here. Black Liberation Media, Bro Diallo, African World Order. You be everywhere in these YouTube screens, and I love you for it.
Amen. Greg, you be preaching. Okay, Uhuru Auntie, and I just want to remind everybody that we are winning.
We're gonna win. I believe that. I do believe that. We need more range time, everybody. We need more time at the range, and then we will win. So there's that. Will, I'm gonna keep it moving and go right on to Bree. If Bree is standing by.
Yeah, it's a time check 8:58, and Bree and Rosalba in the queue.
Okay. We gonna make Rosalba the last one because I know Will wants his Friday. And that's fine. And thank you all so much for everyone that is listening, that's watching. Just a quick reminder, join us tomorrow, Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time for the Around the Fire Disability Support Sesh. We do this every second Saturday of every month. Our wonderful facilitators. We've got the hearts in the building, Mama Low and a Heart, Abby Learn Live. Shout out to Swery Faries. Shout out to everyone that comes through. All are welcome. We appreciate you. Look at the post section of my channel tomorrow morning. I will have the link posted, and I usually post it in the BIDWKB Discord channel as well. So don't forget to join us for the Around the Fire Disability Support Sesh. I believe we're going to be talking about some prepping things like doomsday prepper shit. I mean, maybe not as go hard as doomsday prepper, but lightweight doomsday prepper shit, because I'm not y'all confident in American society being able to sustain itself in the short and the long term. I'm not either. So sister Abby is going to be learning us. She's going to learn us some life about prepping, about gardening, etc., etc. But Bree, we got Bree in here. What's up, Bree?
Hey, I'm a long time watcher. I've been around since TYT days, so I kind of grew up with y'all. I just wanted to say hi, and I wanted to thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Speaking of all the stories, I just this week saw a story about how they're going to allow more raw sewage in our water, so that's fun. You want to get ready to survive in America, we could start there,
Who made this decision? Is this a result of EPA cut, or what? Tell me what is the context of the raw
I wish
sewage?
I was better at doing all the searching for information and stuff. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in parenthood, which is the worst hood you could be stuck in.
Woo, that's a rough hood. I hear that's a very rough hood.
Ain't no hood like parenthood, I swear to God. Yeah, no, as the world turns, we have all these crazy things going on politically, but then you have to watch the environmental stuff too, because that's going to be a whole other thing that we've all already been dealing with battles with the environment. And there's a lot of stuff that is going to happen in the long term, but this has been an ongoing thing that people have been worried about. Everybody's been worried about our access to water, and here it is. They're going to allow more. I'm still in shock. I'm just I don't even know how to process this right now.
Well, I'm gonna follow up on the raw sewage in the water, but also, the PFAS, the forever chemicals that literally every single human on the planet has PFAS in their bloodstream, which is a sobering thing to think about. And this was all because of the DuPont chemicals. And to think that one corporation, coincidentally based in America, though not surprisingly, has successfully poisoned the entire planet. And what are the consequences? There are none, right? Are they in trouble?
What I'm saying. I just feel especially not being in any high position in life in particular, whether it's politically or financially, I don't know who feels like they're safe, but in my own opinion is that is just a false sense of security. None of us are really safe unless we all are paying attention as much as possible. It's hard. There's a lot going on, but with everything going on, it's important that we have people who are keeping eyes everywhere. Everybody does the part that they can. And so, as I'm watching your show tonight, I'm just definitely gonna tune into that Around the Fire Disability chat, because
Come on
you
in.
know.
It's a Zoom call. So I'm gonna put the Zoom link on the page on my channel post section tomorrow. So yes, we would love to have you come through. And I mean, and again, I can't appreciate our facilitators enough, because the information that we're going to get is going to be based with disabled people in mind, right? So it's not just, oh, go get a shovel and dig some shit, right? It's like, well, what if you don't have the ability to do that? What if you're not able-bodied? I'm just using that as a random example. So that's what I appreciate about the folks that contribute to our around the fire disability support sessions, that everything, all the information is curated and presented from the perspective of disabled folks and thinking about disabled folks on the receiving end of that information. So please, yes, come on in and listen. So what, if you don't mind, Bree, what part of the country are you? Oh, you have to tell me city and state.
It's fine. I'm from Mass, girl. Like, I'm from Massachusetts.
Okay. Hey, let me ask you a question. Now, I don't know if you were paying attention, and if you weren't, don't worry about it. But so your mayor, Michelle Wu, it's Wu motherfuckers. Michelle Wu came to the congressional hearing and did very well under the pressure of the questions coming from the Republicans about, I don't fucking know, undocumented people in Boston. And apparently Boston is a safe city. I mean, 23 homicides in a year for a city Boston size is pretty impressive. I mean, what's going on in Boston? And then I'm not sure if you saw the videos, the like TikToks and whatever the fuck was going around, where all the whites, not all, but whites in Boston were like, you're not coming to I can't do the Boston accent, but you're not coming to Boston to take away our neighbors. We're gonna fight.
I'll be completely honest with you. I'm like, every time I see those videos, I'm like, where are you finding all these white people in Boston? Because I've lived here my whole life. I was I was in the hood of Boston. I was in Dorchester. That's where my family grew up. So I know a little bit about the area and like about the locals. And then I grew up like a little bit further north of that when I was younger. And like that population was very like varied. My brain isn't working right now. I'm so sorry. But I'm like, where are you finding all these white people? Because as far as I know, like they're only in like certain cities, but not in Boston. So maybe I don't know. It's being gentrified, so anything is possible. But yeah, I think that she did great, to be honest. I think Boston is pretty safe, I guess, compared to a lot of places. But I mean, as usual, it has a lot of its own problems too.
Of course.
This place, I think we can be pretty accepting, I suppose, but I'm also seeing like kind of a big shift here too of a lot of people who are a lot more outwardly bigoted. Like that can be tough, you know.
They were having the crackers, it was a specific group, and now the name of the group escapes me, but they were hanging banners over overpasses and all kinds of crazy shit, weren't they? Like some sort of white nationalist group was openly assembling in Boston or leaving their symbolism and their tags different places.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we have a lot of progressive people here, but we also have a lot of, nothing against my family, but I'm related to some of them. I will say that. So it happens, I mean, it just depends on, I guess it depends on the person. But again, like, I just think that I have to wrap it up because, I got a little one, but I just wanted to say thank you all for everything. You're doing amazing work. I'm so thankful to be able to like tune in every Tuesday and Friday, catch the morning lives on the morning show, the morning remix show. Like you guys are just doing amazing work. So thank you so much.
Bree, I thank you. Thank you so much. I thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to call. Thank you for mothering that baby back there. Thank you for being a conscious member of your community. Thank you. I thank you for your kind and generous words. That really means a lot to me. I want you to know I appreciate that. So thank you.
Thank you. All right,
Take
I'm gonna hop
care.
off,
Take
but have
care.
a great night. Thank you.
Thank you, Bree. Have a good weekend. Hopefully, we'll see you at the Disability Support Sesh tomorrow, 5 p.m. For the Around the Fire Disability Support Sesh each and every Saturday. Will, I'm gonna let you hop on here because what did you come in here to tell me? We might have
So
made our
what?
goal. Did we? I think we might have made. If we didn't make the fucking goal, we came mighty close. But that's okay. I was just wondering if we had any other super chats to acknowledge. But if we don't, that's okay.
No, we don't. But we want to send a super love to Rose Alba, who waited in the chat, but was gracious enough to, be thoughtful and come on another time.
Oh, Rosalba.
Um,
Oh, Rosalba. See, Rose, and she's very thoughtful.
But she did share 3 stories that I shared in our Slack. So
Thank you.
you
Okay,
guys
Rosalba, your
can circle back
story,
on those.
Musa story, and we'll take a couple more for Tuesday. But y'all did it. Well, I guess we're really close. So if we'll
Yeah, I
post
think
the
they won, yeah.
update tomorrow. Maybe Molly can post us an update in terms of or how close are we to this short-term $500 goal, which I think we're pretty goddamn close, to be honest. So thank you
Yeah, we should
guys.
do a graphic for it.
We will, but we appreciate y'all because listen, I understand times is rough. My auntie got enough problems of her own. Nigga, you supposed to be grown. I agree. But shit, in Trump's economy, recession is all that seems to ever be. And we need support. That's all it is to it, guys. Like and the free support is so appreciated. But like my brother Nakaponda says, my daughter can't eat these likes. Which I gotta say is one of the realest fucking lines a nigga on the internet could ever see. Ever say. I appreciate that line. Like, thank y'all for the love and support, but my daughter cannot eat these likes. Bagheera needs CBD and incontinence medication. So anything that y'all can do. Go ahead, Will. Yes, sir.
I was gonna say, all right, I'm gonna run one more time just to thank you again. Thank you, Musa, for all your great work and all the stuff that you do. Don Hammond, John Kemper, Sugar Shan, Stephanie, Chichi Mancha, Afraid Not, Mama Lorraine, KJ Sakuma, the Jamon 93, Cynical, always appreciate you. And Eric Berkeley. And also Bree and Rose Alba. Just wanted to thank y'all for, y'all continue, support. And yes, please share, shares, they never go away. So keep sharing them. Even people who don't respond to them, share anyway. Share. So
yes. And again, thanks again to Leonard. Thank you to DJ Vesper X. Thank you so much to Ebony W. Thank you so much to Ursula.
Yes, Ebony, thank you.
Baptiste.
Thank you, Ebony.
Like, thank y'all. And a lot of y'all have been here for a while. Some of y'all are new, and I appreciate you staying. And again, shout out to our wonderful mods, Courtney Love. Shout out, not the Courtney Love, but we love Courtney. Courtney Love, that's a different bitch. But we love Courtney. We love Latif. We love Alicia. I love Dawn Bird, Afraid Not. Tyler Hackner. Who else is our mods? Oh, Chuck Diesel, Anna Hart, and Abby, Learn Life. And real quick, gang, just can I please send condolences going out to the family of Dwayne Wiggins? If you guys did not hear, one of the founding members of Tony, Dwayne Wiggins, passed away. I just got the news a little bit before the show went on. I don't know how old he was. I'm going to guess he was in his 50s. I think what I heard, and this is unconfirmed because I didn't look it up myself, but I was told that he passed away from bladder cancer. And if you don't know Tony, for shame, you need to be well apprised of the catalog that is the amazing band that is Tony. And Dwayne Wiggins sang lead on one of their greatest songs. You never think I would try to run a game on you just to show us my name is Dwayne. What was that? Whatever you want. And girl, you know I can provide. He sang lead on Whatever You Want, and I think Slow Wine. So if you're not familiar with those Tony songs, go and listen to them now. But Dwayne Wiggins passed away. So very sorry to hear that. So anyway, we appreciate you guys rocking with us. Don't forget Black Liberation Media, Saturdays, 11 a.m. with who? Renee Johnston. Y'all need to tune in. Renee's gonna blow y'all head wide open with some shit she done rabbit hole down for the past week. so Renee's got a presentation on deck for you. Black Liberation Media. Please go over there, subscribe. We appreciate all that tune into the Remix Morning Show Tuesday through Fridays, 8 a.m. Eastern. We will see y'all back here on Tuesday with the stories provided by our wonderful Fire Fam viewers. Thanks again to everyone that called in. Thanks again to everyone that ran support. Thanks again to Will and Molly for doing what y'all do. We appreciate, I appreciate I guess I'm, multiple. I'm Sybil out this joint. And of course, I'm aging myself again by even saying Sybil because only old niggas know what that is. So anyway, thank you all again. We'll see y'all back here on Tuesday for the Tuesday edition of Burning Down with Kim Brown. We'll see y'all back. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Deuces. Thank you.